Hey girls, I just wanted to make a video, and the purpose of this video is just to pour out my heart and just to let you know that, we're all in this together. Whether you are just starting out or you've been in a couple months or you've been in a year, we're all on this journey together. And I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of knowledge about me. Some of you, most of you have never met me before. You just know that I'm the leader of the page and I'm your upline, but you don't really know me. And I think it's important to be open with you all about who I am and kind of my story with all of this. And some of you know a little bit about me and kind of the brief, story and everything like that. But I think it's really important to understand kind of who I am and where I came from. And so I kind of want to just be open and honest and just share my heart with you all right now. So I grew up in a split home. Parents were divorced when I was 5. My mom remarried a little shortly after, and to a wonderful guy, and he's been my stepdad for 20 years. And I grew up oldest of 5 children. Growing up, we didn't really have much. We had, just what we needed to get by. But my parents were just so amazing, and they always taught us just to be loving and to always be there for each other and to be good at Christ-like examples to our friends and others. And so I grew up in a great home, a great Christian home. When I was 16 years old, my world was rocked. This is gonna be a little hard to talk about. My younger brother was diagnosed with brain and spine cancer. He was 14 years old, and I was a junior in high school, and I was doing everything that a normal high school kid like to do. I was playing sports, and I was involved in cheerleading, and hanging out with my friends, and just being a normal teenager. And my parents had to pick up and move to Texas to get my brother treatments for chemotherapy and radiation at MD Anderson in Houston. And during that time, my grandmother kind of took over and, helped us so my parents could be in Texas for 2 years. And during that time, I grew up really fast. I, being the oldest of 5 children, kind of had to step in and take that mother role and make sure everybody was taken care of. And I really grew up very fast. And I tell you this story, and I tell you this background about me, just so you can kind of know where I'm coming from, and to know what has made me the person that I am right now, and the leader that I'm trying to be for you all. So back to my brother. 2 years went by, and he never recovered. And he fought really hard, and he passed away in 2005 after 2 years of fighting cancer. And my world was rocked. I was a senior in high school at the time and about to go off to college, and I had all these plans for my life, and I was just really shaken up. And I went on and went to college and graduated college and education degree and all that. But I wanted to kind of bring that story up just to tell you that my life has not been like this perfect picture, perfect painted picture. And I think we all have gone through things in our life that make us who we are today, and struggles in our past that bring us where we are today, and make us the people that we are today. And fast forward, I go to college, I graduate, I meet my husband, we get married, and I start my teaching job. And, I grown up, I always wanted to be a teacher, and, always wanted to work. I always grew up being taught to work really, really hard for everything, and to be independent, and to, work for everything you have. And so for me, that was never an option. We moved to Charleston for Jason's residency program a year after, or a little bit after we got married. And I started working as a teacher. And about a year later, we decided that we wanted to try to have a baby. So I got pregnant and, had no intention of being a stay-at-home mom. So we started looking at daycares, and we found what we thought was going to be the perfect daycare right down the street from our house. It had like the best ratings, and so we felt really comfortable with our decision to put him in the daycare and me to go back to work. So that's what we did. We had our son last year, and we put him in daycare. He was 7 weeks old. I had to go back to work, and that was what we had to do because living off one income just wasn't an option. So I went back to work last March after maternity leave. And when I went back to work, I was absolutely miserable. I was heartbroken. I was stressed. All I wanted to do was get home and go pick up Hudson from daycare and just spend time with him. And it was really hard. He was not being taken good care of at daycare. At work, I was struggling to stay focused, and to my passion in teaching just kind of started to dwindle as I became a mom, because I just wanted to be with my son. And I remember coming home from work every day crying, and I was just so upset because living here in Charleston, we have no family. We didn't have any other choice. We didn't have family members that could babysit or keep them instead of a daycare. So it was just a really stressful and a really sad time for us. Our marriage, we were fighting all the time. I was stressed at work. And it was just like, it was probably one of the hardest, outside of my brother passing away, it was probably one of the hardest times of my life. I had been watching Brooke Tomatich post for about a year about this crazy rat business. And I never sold anything before. I'd never, even had the desire to do anything like that. I'd been approached in the past for different other marketing companies as far as direct sales. And, I kind of was like, no, that's just not, I didn't go to college for that. I don't have any experience in sales. I am out. I don't even want to hear about anything. And I'd been watching Brooke post for about a year. And I started seeing how her life was changing. And at the time, it didn't really appeal to me because I didn't have kids. I didn't have any reason to want to stay at home. All I wanted to do was work and teach. But then after I had my son, my life kind of took a turn. And, the things that she was talking about and the things that she was doing started to be more appealing to me because I had my own child. And I would see that she was, going to take her son to the park or able to go do all these extra things with her kid. And it really got my attention. And then when I started to see how, she was actually making income and actually making good money doing it, I really started to get interested. So I messaged her last March, and I basically was like, what are you doing? How are you earning this money? And is it a scam? And she explained to me, no, it is not a scam. This is what it is. This is how it's changed my life. And I talked to my husband about it. And, at the time I was so distraught and upset in my situation that I was in, that I was willing, honestly, to do anything to get out of it, to be able to be with my son. And I talked to my husband about it for a couple days, and finally I was like, okay, I'm just going to sign up. It's $99. If it doesn't work out, I can get out of it. At the time, we didn't really even have the $99 to spend. We had to put it actually on a credit card, because $99 just wasn't something that was pocket change to us. We were literally living paycheck to paycheck. And so we prayed about it for a couple days, and we decided that we were going to just do it. And we were going to put it on the credit card, and we were going to pray about it, and we were going to pray that God would just, we knew that God brought this opportunity into our lives at the right time. And so we were diligent, and we listened to God's calling, and we jumped in. I started this business last March of 2014, and I went Ruby in 6 weeks. Was that easy for me? No, absolutely not. I know maybe a handful of people here in Charleston. Everyone else is back home in Nashville. So that was my biggest fear when I started. I was like, oh, I don't know anyone here. How am I going to do this? All my friends are in Tennessee. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. But I just knew that God had brought it to me. And I was just like, okay, I know this is your plan. I'm just going to do it. So I say all this just to say that I went Ruby in 6 weeks, but I worked my tail off to get there in 6 weeks. What did it look like, my daily, kind of day? What did that look like when I first started? Okay, because I was working full time as a teacher. I had a 3-month-old son. My husband is an anesthesia resident, and he works about 90 to 100 hours a week at the time he was working. He still works about 80 hours a week. So what did that look like for somebody like me who, time was not a lot that I had. I didn't have a lot of time at first. So I would go into work every day. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I would go to work. I'd have to be there at 7, or take Hudson to daycare, then go to work and teach all day. I taught kindergarten. I would teach all day long. I would get home around 4:30 after getting him from daycare, bring him home, take care of him, give him a bath, feed him, all that. And then once he went to bed, I was on that computer. I was on the computer from about 8 o'clock at night, every single night, for a few hours, every single night. There were days where I was up all night, friend requesting people, messaging people, contacting people till 4 o'clock in the morning. And you have to know that my son at the time, he was not sleeping through the night. And he did not sleep through the night till he was a year old. So I was absolutely wiped. I was exhausted. I would go into work the next morning and it was all I could do just to get through the day teaching. And it was so hard. It was so hard. But, I pushed through and I did not give up and I did not quit, even though I had so many things going on. I had a newborn baby. I was teaching all day. I was trying to work this wrap business on the side. And, I honestly, it's all God, and that's the reason why I pulled through when it was like so hard for me. But it got me to where I am now. And I say all this because I want you to know that like this company did not fall in my lap. Me getting where I am right now, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen by me sitting back and praying, oh, I hope that somebody just messages me about the products. I hope that somebody will just reach out to me about joining my team. I hope. It's not, you can hope all you want, but you have to take action. You have to, make those contacts. When I first started this business, I literally wrote down on a piece of paper 100 names. And I got on Facebook and I went down my friends list and I just messaged every single person that I thought maybe might be interested in the product or might be interested in joining the business. And you have to know that you're going to get a lot of no's in this business. You're going to get probably more no's than yeses. But when you do get that yes, you just get that great feeling, and it's worth all those no's because you feel like that you've overcome. And you have to know that this is a business. You get what you put into it. You get out what you put into it. And no matter if you're a distributor level or you're a presidential level, you have to work hard. When you first get started, if you're not at least just posting on your Facebook, then you're probably not out there blitzing. You're probably not out there, talking to 50 people a day. And you might be, Facebook is a great outlet, but it isn't for everybody. But if you're not using your social media, I really hope that you're out there face to face, talking about these products, sharing what you love about the products, sharing about the opportunity. Because, it's just, this company just gives you it can change your life. It can change your life. And you have to let it, and you have to put in the work, and you have to put in the effort. But think about it this way, even if it takes you 5 years, okay, say it takes you 5 years to get to the double diamond. Where else are you going to be able to go, or what other job are you going to be able to find where you can work from the comfort of your own home and bring in over $6,000 a month as a double diamond? I don't know. I don't know where. So you have to look at it that way. This is a journey. This is your journey. And even if it takes you longer, even if it takes you a year to get to diamond, it took me a year to get to diamond. I went Ruby in 6 weeks, and I didn't go diamond for a year. So during that time, did I want to give up at times? Of course. Did I want to quit? Of course. Because I wanted to be a diamond when I wanted to be a diamond. But I had to realize that that's not when God wanted me to be a diamond. God wanted me to be a diamond in a year. Did that mean I didn't work hard for that whole entire year to get there? No, I worked my butt off. But I had to trust and I had to rely on God to get me there when He was ready to get me there. And, for some of you, you're going to go diamond, in a few months, and that's great. And that is where you need to be. You need to go fast. But others of you, it might take you a little bit longer. And that's okay. That is okay, because this is your journey, and you cannot compare yourself to your friend or, your upline or whoever. You have to look at it like you're doing this for you and your family. And there's enough money in this company for everybody to get to the top. So it is not a competition with anybody. You're in competition only with yourself. So, when you sign up, when you get that first distributor, you're a leader. It doesn't matter if you don't have 10 people under you. It is your responsibility when you sign up that first distributor to lead them in the right direction, to help them be successful. You cannot do the work for them, but it's your responsibility to help them to get where they need to be. It's your responsibility to show them how to work their e-suite, how to show them the team pages, where they can find the files to watch the videos. If you sign somebody up and then you disappear off into the background, that's not good. Like, that kind of shows that you're not ready to lead that person. So you really need to think about that. I did not get where I was by sitting back and just hoping or praying that somebody would join my team. I did not, and you will not either. But I just want you to know that I love you all so much, and I'm going to cry. I want you all to be successful more than anything in the whole world. And that's all I want. I would not be here without you all. And I want to try to do anything I can to help you all. If there's anything you need from me, anything, just please message me. But please know that this is a business, and it does take work, but it's worth it. I promise. Just when you're going through those days where you want to give up, message me, call me. Like, I will help you. I have had those days. I promise I have, and I've wanted to give up, but I would not be where I am right now if I would have thrown in the towel when things were hard. My life has had a lot of ups and downs, and I've been through a lot of things that a lot of people at 27, haven't gone through. But I know, and I really believe that God put me through those things so that I could be the leader that I am, for you guys. And I want to be that. And so I say all this just to say, if there's anything I can do to help you all, please just let me know. I'm here. I don't care if I'm ever a black diamond one day. I don't care how high I go in this company. I want to know that I did everything I could to be the best leader I can for you all, because it's not about me. It's not. It's about you. And, I get happiness and joy from when I see my team doing well. And that really is what it's all about. So I love you all so much, and just know that I'm praying for you all. I believe in you all so much, and just keep going, keep pushing, and just know that even when those days are hard, that there's something great on the other side, and just do not give up. All right. Love you guys. Bye.